Hi, third grade. This week in grammar, we are going to make sure we can identify the difference between a simple sentence and a compound sentence. Now, you've seen these kinds of exercises in your green grammar book all throughout this year so far, so you should be a little familiar with them. But this week, we're going to dive deeper and make sure we can identify the difference between those two. Now, before we get into simple versus compound sentences, we need to make sure we understand subjects and predicates. So remember, a few weeks ago, we talked about how a subject is who or what the sentence is about. And the predicate is what the subject does or did. Here's an example. The giraffe eats leaves. Notice the subject is the giraffe because that's who or what the sentence is about. The other part in blue, eats leaves, is the predicate because that part tells what the subject does. We call this a simple sentence. So, a simple sentence is simply a sentence with a subject and a predicate. Now, before we go on to compound sentences, we must remember what are conjunctions. Remember a few weeks ago, we talked about how conjunctions are a part of speech. Those are words that connect words and phrases together in our writing. Here are some examples of conjunctions: and, so, but, because. Now, there are several more examples of conjunctions, but these are common ones that we see and use in our writing. Remember, conjunctions are like glue that hold our sentences together. We can use a conjunction and a comma to join two simple sentences. Look at this, for example. It is cold is a simple sentence, but it's combined with a comma and the conjunction but. It is cold, but it won't snow. So notice that there are two simple sentences combined with a comma and conjunction. This is called a compound sentence. Because again, the simple sentences could be sentences by themselves because they have a subject and a predicate. Like, it is cold. The subject is it, the predicate is cold. It won't snow. That could be a complete simple sentence because it is the predicate again, it is the subject again, and the predicate is won't snow. Now, compound sentences must have these things. There must be two simple sentences joined together by a conjunction word and a comma. Let's look at this example. She needs a new computer for work. Do you think this is a compound or simple sentence? Well, first of all, do you see a comma in this sentence? She needs a new computer for work. No comma, so this cannot be a compound sentence. This one is a simple sentence. Here's another example. I like to bake, but I don't like to clean the dishes afterwards. This sounds like me. Do you see, first question is, do you see a comma? I do see one after the word bake. Your next question is that followed by a conjunction? Well, the comma in this case is followed by that word but, and but is a conjunction. So we have two simple sentences. I like to bake. I don't like to clean the dishes afterwards. Those are two simple sentences joined together by a comma and a conjunction. So this is a compound sentence. Now they want to give us a simple sentence and they want us to transform it and make it a compound sentence. I like to rollerblade. I fall a lot. So think of what conjunction we can use there to combine those two sentences. I like to rollerblade, comma, but I fall a lot. I chose the conjunction but in this case because I think it makes the most sense. Let's try another one. I play the violin. I play the piano. This person plays both things. They're very musically talented. So, what's a conjunction we can use to combine those two simple sentences? I play the violin, comma, and I play the piano. Now think, are all sentences with a comma going to be a compound sentence? Look at this sample. We bought cheese, milk, and eggs. Just because there's a comma in that sentence, do you see a conjunction? And do you see two simple sentences joined together? No, this is just a list, so be careful. Only if the comma is followed by a conjunction and combines two simple sentences, then it would be a compound sentence. But this one here is still a simple sentence. Be careful again. Are all sentences with conjunctions going to be compound sentences? I also have homework to finish. Also is pink because that's a conjunction. But does that automatically mean that this is a compound sentence? Do you see a comma? Do you see two simple sentences being joined together? No. So only if the conjunction is joining two simple sentences. This example is still only a simple sentence. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you back later this week to keep learning the difference between simple and compound sentences.